everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tammy. I own Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. Today I am super excited about the soap I am bringing you. It is a Ciaglia method of using soap scraps. Now back in October, the Soap Challenge Club had this challenge of using soap scraps, and one of the methods was a Ciaglia method of using soap shreds. I'd never heard of it. I'd never tried it, obviously. So I'm really excited to give this a go. When that came out in October, I had just not even 2 months prior used up all my soap shreds making white tea, and I didn't have hardly any soap shreds. And I really didn't have time to actually make soap to make soap shreds. October was a crazy month for me, so that didn't happen, but I did download those tutorials so that I could refer back to them, and I just watched them all over again. And yeah, look at this. So December's challenge, I have a jack ton of soap left over from that challenge, and I knew exactly what I was going to do with the soap when I made it. I'm going to do the Ciaglia method of soap shred usage. What is that? Ciaglia method of soap shreds? Anyway, I'm going to get myself put together here. I gotta go change. I'm gonna get these all shredded down. I'm gonna come up with either a fragrance to go with this, or I'm going to just leave the base unscented. I haven't really decided. I'm going to go back on my back counter. I have all these little 1 and 2 ounce samples I bought. I'm going to see if one will pair nicely with it. If it does, I may just use that in the base recipe. If not, I'll just leave it unscented. I think it's fairly strong enough without adding more fragrance to it if I have to. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a slow moving recipe. So I YouTubed this method, or I searched on YouTube, and I really didn't see a whole lot of videos on it. But one of the videos I watched did state that she was using a slow moving recipe, and she was able to stick blend the soap fully. She never had to whisk at all. I don't know if I'll just I don't know if I'm going to feel comfortable stick blending. We'll see, but I am definitely going to use a slow moving recipe and whisk that in, and hopefully not come to a false trace, because that's the biggest worry on this soap method is false trace, and we'll see what I can do. I've never done this, so I'm really excited, guys. I hope you stick around to watch and see how it turns out. All right, so what I have decided to do as far as design wise is I'm going to do a 2-layer soap, and the first layer is going to be my blue shreds, and that is going to be about 2/3 of my mold. And I'm going to do a double single loaf mold here, and I'm not going to need all of these shreds, but look at all those shreds that I came up with just in the blue. So what I've done is I went ahead and figured out what my 2/3 batch size is for a double mold, and I have those hard oils here. So I'm going to go ahead to the back counter and weigh off how many grams I need of my blue shreds for my bottom layer. So I'll be right back. Okay, I needed 343 grams of my blue, and I still have so much left. Oh goodness. All right, so at this stage, from what I gather, I am going to stick blend these shreds into my oil. Now these shreds are fairly recent. I mean, I've made this soap 2 to 3 weeks ago, so they're still quite moist. They still had quite a bit of softness to them. So let's see what I can do. With a little bit of texture. I think that's what makes it very interesting. So I'm going to stop right there for now. And I have decided, so I went on the Candle Science website. So this is Cactus Flower and Jade is what I made the soap with. And Sea Mist was a good one. Bamboo Himalayan was another good one that is supposed to pair well with it. I don't have Sea Mist, but I do have Sea Minerals. And so this blue one is going to get the oil weight percentage of sea minerals, and I think that might pair nicely with that. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh this off in here and get what I need as far as that goes. It smells really nice. All right, and I also need to get my liquid oils in here. So let me go get that, and I'll bring you back when my lye water has cooled down, because it is still quite hot. Oh yeah, it's still 176, so I'm just gonna let everything rest. All right, I'm ready. Oh, look how thick that got. This is probably a little cold, actually. Let me see. It's 86, so it's a little cooler than this. This is like 96, but I'm gonna go for it. So patience, you know, not for me. I'm not a patient one, but I am going to blend this. This is really thick. I can see where this is a false trace kind of scenario, because you would think this is traced as thick as it is. Oh, all right, here we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm already tired. I have no stamina. Okay, so that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I set the timer for 3 minutes. So Alexa down here is really good for setting timers for me. So it's been 3 minutes of constant whisking. I'm just so nervous about this splitting and not being completely emulsified. But it has been 3 minutes. I'm just going to give it a few extra little seconds here. Whew, this is a workout, guys. Oh my goodness. So now what I'm doing, I set another 1 minute timer, but I stopped it before it went off. I'm just getting the very bottom of the bowl, making sure that that very bottom is getting good and mixed in with that whisk. It doesn't feel like it's getting, you know, all the way down. So I'm just going to stir with my spatula here, just to make sure the bottom is getting good and incorporated. And I think I'm good to pour. Oh, I'm exhausted. That is tiring. So for this batch, I'm actually using a different fragrance oil. I'm using Green Irish Tweed from Micah's and More. I just think it really complements the other 2 scents pretty well. So I'm anxious to see what all 3 scents smell like together. All right, I'm gonna call that good. So my slow moving recipe didn't really help. I don't think. It got super thick, super fast. And I have another 1 more whisk. It's a little smaller. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing. All right, here we go. I thought about trying to do something in the middle, and even thought about doing like a confetti confetti soap like Amy did in the challenge tutorial, but this is enough for me, right? I don't need to make this any harder than it already is. Here we go. Wow, this one's being really well behaved. I want to weigh this real quick, make sure. It just didn't look like enough. I wanted to weigh it real quick and make sure I have everything in here, and it weighs appropriately, so I'm good there. But look how good this is behaving. That's crazy. I could almost stick blend this actually, and stick blend maybe a little bit of color in it. I am. I'm putting a little bit of copper penny from TKB in here. I think it needs a little bit of something. We'll see what happens. I may be regretting this, guys. Well, now, that worked out quite well. Not only is it a prettier color, but I was able to stick blend that quite a bit. Oh, mess. I'm a mess. Hang on. I don't like to leave that mica like that. And I am going to go ahead and whisk it for a bit. I'm considering a yellow mica line. I'm considering it. Just something different, something unique, or, you know, to break up the lines. I'll probably regret this too. I've never done a yellow mica line before. I've only ever done gold or black. Wow, this is so much easier than my other soap. So I wonder if this is a slow-moving fragrance oil and the other one wasn't, because I don't think the other one was an accelerating fragrance. I don't think it was, because I had pulled one that I was going to use Beechwood from Flaming Candle, and apparently it accelerates and separates. So yeah, I nixed that one. But I thought that scent would be really nice together. I'm not as worried about this one because I was able to stick blend it for so long, but it's still nice and fluid. So I'm just giving it some time. We're going to play it safe. Alright, and she goes, guys. Alright, my first Ciaglia. Good night. I cannot say that word. Alright, I'm going to put a lid on them. And I don't think I'm going to put them in the oven. I think I'm just going to throw a towel over them and leave them here on the counter. And we'll come back in a couple days to cut them. Cute little snowman, old towel. Old towel, but I love the little snowman towel. I didn't get that very smoothed out, did I? Yeah, what do you think? Quite a few air pockets. I don't know. Is the camera, is it too? Quite a few air pockets there. Oh, you know, that's not too bad. The yellow kind of has a gold look to it. The yellow mica line. Um, I don't know. The colors are okay. They're okay. Um, so yeah, they're gonna all look basically the same. Now that is the smoothest shred, or using soap shreds. That's the smoothest texture I have ever been able to achieve by that. So I have a little ear pocket right there. Um, so that's amazing how smooth that texture is by using soap shreds. So I like that part of it a lot. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this full bucket of shreds again. This just seems to accumulate so fast. So I basically just take a cheap potato peeler and I just, sometimes if the design on top is pretty plain, I'll go ahead and do the top. Sometimes I don't even do the top though. So there's that. Pretty simple. I actually have a fancy beveler on my planer, but I don't use it. I just use this potato peeler. I find it very easy and fast, and it does it actually a better job for me. Guys, they are all cleaned and ready to go. There they are. Give you a quick look. Look how smooth that is. Those were soap shreds. I'm kind of amazed at that smooth texture coming from soap shreds. So pretty happy with that. I really do kind of like the colors together. I don't know that I would normally have put this really pretty blue with this kind of a terracotta-y color together in a soap, but I'm not like hating it. I don't know that I love the two colors together. It's not like I'm going to run out and do it again, but I don't hate it. And the yellow, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, that yellow has a very bright gold appearance with next to these two colors. So that's kind of neat. And let's talk about the fragrance. So the sea minerals and cactus flower and jade works really, really well together. It's a very clean scent. I really like those two together. So on top I used I'm looking at my notes, Green Irish Tweed. And it's definitely more of a manly type of scent, but it still has this really good clean vibe. I like that too. And then when I try to do all of it together, I really like it, guys. I think these three scents are really working well. Happy with that. What I want to do this next year is just kind of start diving into a little bit of custom blending. I think that sounds really fun and unique, and I'm a little intimidated. Okay, let's say I'm a lot intimidated by it, but I feel like I've been in this business long enough that I should know my scents well enough to be able to start blending them and having a feel for what's going to work or not. They're upstairs, or I would show you, but I bought these little blotters off of Candle Science so that you can kind of do the blot test, or I think they're called blotters or something, where you can actually test it in a way of knowing if it's going to work, or how much of one blend, or like 3 to 1 or 2 to 1, those kind of things. So anyway, I'm kind of looking forward to that. So this is kind of the first step in that. I did the neroli and rose, and that was such a success. I went ahead and bought more of both of those fragrance oils so I could do that again. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I have bought a lot of fragrances. I have bought a lot of fragrances, but they're very small, just to try to get myself going in the whole custom blending. Look at these shreds, guys. I have about 7 ounces of black and yellow. And I have about 12 to 13 in each of my white and my blue left, ounces. Quite a bit of soap shreds left with that scent. And I don't know what to do with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of these. I want to do something fairly soon so they don't dry out on me too much. But if you have any thoughts, let's give me something to do with them, and I will do it. Whether it's crock potting them down and doing that, if I should do a confetti soap, or if I should do a Ciaglia soap again, with a different fragrance oil. So yeah, let me know what you think I should do with that, and I might just do it. And I have all of these shreds. I mean, this thing is full of shreds. This has soap in it that is not going to be sellable after May 10th, I think. So I may process this down just in a crock pot really quickly, because I don't want to have a lot of bars. I may process that down and do that, and probably if I sell a few, I sell a few. If not, I'll just pull them in May and then give them away to friends and family, or use them personal use type of thing. So that's kind of what those are going for, because I know there's shreds in there that aren't going to be sellable for me come May. So that's the plan there. I don't think I have any. I have a couple soaps that I may make that I don't know if they're going to be skin safe come May. So I will probably just pitch those shreds and not keep those, because whatever I keep when this goes away, whatever I keep, I want it to be skin safe so I can safely use it and sell it. But that's it, guys. I think I'm done. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy I tried this. I'm a few months late on the challenge, but that's okay. I have another soap planned that I'm also going to be a few months late on, and that's the Mantra Swirl. I have a plan on that, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. I'm like stuttering all of a sudden. I don't know why. Give me a thumbs up, okay? And subscribe if you haven't already. And then I will see you in the next video. Bye.